Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnicht Chevrolet Sports Update. So lots to kind of combine in here, go back all the way to the Daytona 500. Not a particularly exciting race, but certainly an exciting finish. And when it happened, I really didn't like what happened. But after you saw the replay, obviously, Almirola's in front. There's basically a train behind him, and he even said, look, I was a sitting duck there. It's not possible to really hold those guys off. Tried to hold off Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace. They basically ran right through him and went to the checkered flag. Standing in victory lane, it was kind of neat to see the three back in victory lane, to talk to Richard Childress about that special day 20 years ago. And certainly Austin Dillon acknowledged that, look, his whole career is due to his grandfather as the car owner, and that's fine. But the sport needs something. It needs some infusion. It doesn't matter about points or stages or all that. It's not capturing anybody's imagination, and you hope some driver emerges that fans will glom onto. Not going to say like Dale Earnhardt, but certainly something's got to happen to the sport or to continue to dwindle in terms of ratings and in terms of significance as well. But Daytona 500 champion is something you can always be proud of, and apparently Austin Dillon got it tattooed on his butt. He and the rest of the guys on the team did that Sunday night after the race. All right, so lots of other stuff has been happening. Tiger's back playing again, seems to be kind of getting his game together, knocking the rust off, playing at Honda this week. Obviously, he's kind of gearing up toward what's going on both at Augusta and here at the Players in May, which is the final year that the Players will be in May. It moves back to March in 2019. Soccer-wise, our girls have been very successful. Both boys and St. John's Country Day end up winning the state championship. The Bulls boys lost. The Fletcher boys play this weekend. And interestingly enough, if they were to win, they'll be the first Duval County Public School boys team to win a state championship. That would be quite a feat for them. They've always got a good team. They've got an opportunity, obviously, to win it at this point. And you know, I've enjoyed a lot of the Olympics, and a lot of it has just seemed so-so. And I don't know if it's because there's a saturation of sports on television or the way it's been broadcast. Certainly the lack of NHL players diminished what the interest in the hockey. But, you know, they overplay a lot of these stories, whether it's Michaela Schifrin or Lindsey Vonn, you know, a lot of the different stories. You know, I love seeing people compete and compete at the highest level in the world, no matter what it's in. And bobsled isn't something that anybody's going to, you know, go run out and watch on television day in and day out. But boy, when it comes to the Olympics, if they've got the Stars and Stripes on there, I'm rooting for them. And that's and that's just one of the magic things about the Olympics. I was at the Winter Olympics in Torino in 2006, and it really is kind of a magical time in any athlete's life. I can tell you as a fan, it was just, I wouldn't say a life-changing experience, but it certainly opened my eyes to an awful lot of things. And while I'm not particularly fond of how it's being televised, I do love watching it and watch that, how hard people work for just those 90 seconds or 6 minutes in, you know, Nordic skiing, and see how hard they're willing to compete to obtain Olympic gold. I'm Sam Kavaris, and that's the Nimnicht Chevrolet Sports Update.